Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in and joining me for another yoga class. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet and you find this class or previous ones beneficial, please just click subscribe and leave me any comments at any point. Let me know if there's something that you would like for me to create, anything that you want to learn about. So today's class is called Yoga for Athletes. Now, you don't have to be an athlete to do this class. However, if you are an athlete and you're starting your yoga journey to support that, or maybe you're not starting yoga, but you want something specially for your athletic body, this is the class for you. Now, some people might think, how can yoga help me as an athlete? Well, there are lots of benefits. And some of those benefits of yoga for athletes are the practice working on strength, flexibility, balance, core. The yoga practice also helps with mobility, your range of motion, coordination, and all of these things help to boost your performance and also at the same time prevent injury. So we don't want to get injured. We want to continue to do all the things that we love to do and be able to continue to move in this beautiful body that you have. So to start us off and prepare for class, just make sure that you have an area where you can do some stretches, some movements. We are going to come up to standing at some point. You are going to need a strap. So I've got a yoga strap here. You don't have to go out and buy one. You can use a rolled up scarf or even a towel or a belt. So grab some kind of strap. And then you'll need 2 blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can find them really easily at stores and online, or maybe you use a thick book or 2 to help support your practice. So 2 blocks and a strap, that's going to help us out today. We are going to start with a little back bending. So back bending is going to help us maintain a healthy spine. The first posture will be supported. So we need 1 block, maybe 2. This block is going to go underneath the back, the upper back. So this is a supported fish. If you're familiar with a yoga pose fish, this is the supported version. This is going to help us stretch tight spots and also giving us a chance to relax, which helps us to speed up recovery. So I'm going to bring both of my blocks to show you options that you have. 1 block, you're going to want to have the corners of the block, the top corners of the block underneath the shoulder blades. So start to bring the block to your mid to upper back. Your spine is going to rest on the spine of the block. If it feels crooked, give yourself time to get situated. Now, if this feels really intense, you can take the second block underneath your head. Arms can come out to the sides. Here you can extend your legs or you can bend the knees. To relax the legs with the legs extended, you can bring the toes in and then out. Feeling movement going up the legs into the hips. And feeling the block pressing into your back. Now, if this is way too much, you can always rotate the block to come onto the lowest height, but then you'll want to rotate the block so that it's underneath the shoulder blades. So just find what you need here. And if you have issues with your neck, you can take the second block to the mid or tallest height to support your head. So you've got lots of options here. Check in with your body. What do you need today? Now, as we relax into the pose and let the blocks do the work of supporting us, we can start to connect with our breath. Taking a deep inhalation through the nostrils. And when you're ready to exhale, open the mouth, sigh of relief. And again. Let each inhalation be an opportunity of taking in whatever you need for your practice. This could be strength, courage, energy, peace. And with each exhale, allow yourself time to release stagnation, release fears, anxiety, and stress. Inhale deeply, take in what you need. Exhale, release anything extra, let it go. And again. Focus on hearing the sound of your breath with each inhalation and each exhalation. Let's take one more full round of breath here. Exhale, let it go. Now, if the arms are out to the sides, bring them in. Prop yourself up onto your forearms. Lift your head carefully. Maybe you slide the hands closer towards the back. And then press into one hand, press into the other, come off the blocks. Take the blocks out to the side, off the mat. We'll come back to them later. But from here, we'll take the feet over to one side and now come on to hands and knees. So this is our tabletop position, aligning the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Keeping straight arms as we inhale, we'll let the belly lower. Exhale, lift the back. Movement following the breath. And the next time you lift your upper back, keep it here. Keep lifting. Get a nice counter stretch. Really creating space between the shoulder blades. And on your next inhale, let the belly float down to the mat. Exhale, lift the back. Find a neutral tabletop. Walk the hands forward. And then bend the elbows. Come on to your forearms. Curl the toes, extend the legs. Lower the thighs and the belly down to the mat. And here we'll come into Cobra Pose. So making sure that you can feel the tops of the feet onto the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, forehead to the mat. Maybe slide the hands a little lower than the shoulders towards the ribs. On your next inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, gaze forward. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Maybe now you lift the belly, feeling a deeper sensation in the back space. And then exhale, lower down. Forehead connects to the mat. Inhale, feel the belly pressing to the mat. Exhale, feel the belly soften. Inhale, lift the head. Bring your forearms down to the mat. So our forearms are going to stay connected. We're going to come into a couple different variations of dolphin. So dolphin pose is really great to stretch the upper back and shoulders, also the hamstrings, calves, and we get a foot stretch. So to get there, we'll keep the forearms down. Start to lift the hips, walk the knees a little closer to the elbows, then curl the toes, lift the hips, and walk the feet one more step forward. Think about pressing your heels down towards the mat, but if your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees. Maybe you bend the knees as you inhale, and then straighten the legs as you exhale. Find your breath. And then slowly walk the toes to the back of the mat. So now we come into our dolphin plank. So here, I want to think about your body being in a straight line. Feel the core engage as you think about bringing the belly button up towards the spine, but doing this without lifting the hips. Now hold and breathe into it. Starting to come out, lift the hips, walk the feet forward. Now, from here, bend the knees, walk the hands towards the feet. Open the feet the width of the mat, toes out, heels in, and start to sit back. So we're coming into Malasana. This is our yogic squat. The elbows come to the inside of the knees, and then we bring the thumbs towards the heart center. So as we do that, we feel the knees open, the hips open in external rotation, and we're able to release the low back. Now in your Malasana, you can start to shift weight towards the toes, just a little micro movement as you inhale. And when you're ready to exhale, little micro movement, shift the weight into the heels. So maybe you take the micro movement, or maybe you stay in stillness. This is totally up to you. Feel it out. So Malasana is really great for ankle mobility and for knee and foot health. Now, if you notice that your heels are up, you can take a blanket and position it underneath the heels. That'll be more comfortable for you. If this is too deep of a squat, you can take a block underneath your seat and sit onto it. Maybe finding a different height depending on where you are. So you've got options, so don't be scared of this posture. Another option I like to give is you can take the front or the back of your mat, depending on how far you are up on your mat, and position it underneath the heels for support. So if the heels are lifted, that's an indication that you'll need a little more work for your ankle mobility, but this is a nice pose to help get you there. Hip opening, ankle mobility. It's good for the knees and the feet, and to strengthen. Now on our next exhale, we'll bring the hands down. And we'll lift the hips up, bring the toes in. Here we can take a half lift, bringing our palms to our shins. And then as we exhale, we'll take a fold. So we're feeling a nice stretch in the back of the body, relaxing the head and the neck, decompressing the spine. I like to take alternate knee bends here. This feels really good, going up the straight leg into the hip. Switch it up, find it on the other side. Come back to center, bend the knees and slowly roll yourself up to a standing position. Take your time to get there. So as you get to this standing position, heel toe your feet to hip distance and walk your feet to the front of the mat. So we're going to come into crescent lunge. You might start off with your hands at your hips. Lift your right foot, send it back. So you come onto the toes, your heel is lifted, and at the same time, your left knee is bent and that left knee is tracking above the left ankle. Now with all 10 toes pointing forward, as you inhale, lift the arms up, gaze forward. Maybe you press the right heel back a little more, getting a deeper stretch at the right calf muscle. And with your next exhale, let the arms float down. Rotate that right foot and then rotate the left foot. So from here, position your feet. All 10 toes are facing the same direction. We're going to take it to the other side. So now rotating that right foot to the back of the mat, Popping onto the left toes, we want to get that right knee tracking above the ankle, and then we lift the arms up, gazes forward. So feeling a stretch at the front of the left hip, at the hip flexor, the psoas. This is an area that can get really tight when we're doing sports. And with our next exhale, we lower the arms down. Rotate the feet, all 10 toes facing the same direction. And then we heel toe the feet towards each other. So we've got two options today with the strap. This is our first one, and this is going to be to help us practice our balance from a standing position. So my strap has loops on it conveniently, so I don't have to bend over as I set it up. I'll take my right foot into the loop. Now from here, as I inhale, I'll lift my right knee. My hand is in the other loop. And then I'll send my foot forward. You might straighten your leg, you might not. Don't worry about it too much. Just make sure your shoulders are in line with each other. So that right shoulder that's attached to the strap might be wanting to reach, but just make sure it's in line with the left. Shoulders are squared. Now you can always come over to a wall space if you need to support yourself. And if you want to take this option further, you can open your foot out to the side. You decide. And with your next exhale, bring your foot down. Cool, so that standing leg might have got a little tension at the arch. Maybe we rotate the heel around and then opposite direction, just working out any tension there. And we'll set it up on the opposite side. Grounding down through the right foot, left foot comes to the strap. If you don't have the loop, just think about putting the middle of the strap to the arch of the foot. Now on your next inhale, lift that left knee, bend it, grab onto the strap where it feels appropriate, and then kick the foot forward. Hold and breathe. Feel the strength in your standing leg. And feel the balance. Getting stronger in your practice and being patient with your body. So remember, you might bring the leg out. Now, if you're really flexible, you might be able to take your hand all the way to your foot. If your hand doesn't meet your foot, that's what the strap is for. Exhale, let's bring it down. Release the strap. We're going to move from standing back down. So feet can come to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Inhale, let's take a half lift. And this time, bend the knees. Lift your right foot. Take the shin back. Lift the left foot. Take the shin back. So we're back in our tabletop. From tabletop, we can take blocks. You might or might not need them. If you need a little lift, because one leg is going to come through for knee down lunge. So with your hands on the blocks at the highest height, this is going to help you create more space underneath your body to bring one knee through at a time. So this knee down lunge, we'll start off with the right side. We'll lift the right knee and then step it through. Now, as we step it through, we'll press the hips forward. Now, we don't want the upper body dumping weight forward, so we can bring the blocks back. Maybe your hands or your fingertips stay on the blocks, or you can bring your hands to your thigh. Keep pressing the hips forward. So knee down lunge is really important for athletes because it hits many of the large muscle groups in the upper body, the lower body, and the core. Now here we can incorporate a side body stretch. So the right hand will come down to the block or the ground. Reach the left fingers up, keep pressing the hips forward, and then reach the left hand over to the right. So that left bicep is above the left ear. You can change the height of your block as you need to. You might not even need the block. Next inhale, lift the left fingers up. Exhale, take the left hand down. Now send the hips back. From here, straighten the right leg. Lift the right toes. And on your next exhale, fold forward, getting into that right hamstring. Hands on blocks or hands to the mat. Relax the head. And on your next inhale, slowly start to come out. Maybe you find your way back to the blocks. Send that right knee forward and then slide that right foot back so the right knee is in line with the left. Take the blocks forward. So remember, with the blocks, we're creating that space underneath the torso to lift the left knee, step the left foot through. Send the hips forward. And then stack shoulders above the hips, hands on blocks, or maybe hands to the knee. Keep pressing the hips forward. Feel the opening at the front of the right hip. And then we'll add on that side body stretch. So with your next inhale, reach the right fingers up. Exhale, reach the right arm over to the left. Keep reaching. Keep pressing the hips forward. Feels so good. Next, inhale, lift the right fingers up. Exhale, right hand floats down. Lift the hips, send them back. And lift the left toes. Take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, fold forward. Torso coming towards the mat. Remember, you don't have to use the blocks. Maybe the hands connect down. Relax the head and the neck. Bring your awareness to your breath, how you're breathing in this moment. Next inhale, we'll lift the head. Exhale, bend the knee. Slide the left foot back. Left knee in line with the right. And then send your hips down to your heels. So we're going to transition now to some seated work. So feet can come out to one side, grounding yourself down, and bring the strap near you because we are going to incorporate it again for another option. So you can just have that right in front of you. And then we'll open it up. So as we open the strap up, we'll lift it overhead, and we want the strap to be wider than the shoulders. So just hold on to your strap or your prop wherever it feels appropriate. Moving really carefully and with control, start to bring the strap and the arms behind your head. Feel the shoulder blades coming together. So this is an area where we hold a lot of stress and tension. So here we can really get into that. And then as we exhale, let's bring that strap forward, round the spine. Inhale, lift it up overhead. Take the arms back. Exhale, round the spine. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, lift, overhead. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, take the strap straight up above the head. Slowly lower one hand down. As you inhale, lift the strap back to center. Exhale, lower to the other side. Inhale, find center. Exhale, opposite side. Opening the side body, the parts of the human body that we stretch the least. Getting lateral flexion for the spine. We'll take one more on each side. And then lift it up. And as you exhale, slowly float the strap down. Release the strap out to the side. And then bring the legs in front of you. So focusing now entirely on the back space. As you bring your legs in front of you, feet can be hip distance. Lean forward, take your forearms underneath your knees. If that's not comfortable, you can position your blocks under your knees instead. Now, by taking the forearms underneath the knees and folding forward, we can focus the stretch in the back without the legs having to work. So we really want to think about relaxing the head and the neck. Let the forehead lower down towards the mat. And the more you relax your head and your neck, the deeper you're going to feel a stretch in your back space. This is a really good one for those of you that have low back issues or tight back muscles. And just remember this one, if you've got a really tight back that's got a lot of congestion, you can come back to this one and spend more time here anytime your back is talking to you. For now, we'll slowly lift the head as we inhale. Exhale, release the arms or the blocks from underneath. And lift the crown of the head up. So now we're at a straight spine, axial extension. We're going to start to make our way down onto the mat. So to get there, bring your feet to the top of the mat and then lean back. Give yourself a moment. Just letting your body ground down. Tucking your chin towards your chest, lengthening the back of the neck. And when you're ready, bend your knees. Bring your heels towards your glutes. Feel the tailbone pressing down to the mat. Lift your right foot, bring your right ankle just above your left knee. And then lift your left foot. Right hand reaches between the legs. And take your palms to your left shin. So this is one option. Or you can take your palms underneath the knee to the left hamstring. Whatever you choose, feel the stretch in the right hip. And at the same time, you can circle the left big toe around so you're getting some mobility for the left ankle. Take it opposite direction. Now bring that left foot to stillness. Pull the left leg towards the body a little more if you want to deepen the stretch at the right hip. And gently release the hands. Let the left foot drop down to the floor gently. Lift the right foot. Take the sole of the right foot to the mat. Full round of breath. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, open the mouth, big sigh of relief, let it go. Now lift the left foot, left ankle comes above the right knee. Then lift the right foot. Left hand reaches between the legs, so option to take palms to the right shin or option to take palms to the right hamstring. Feel it out. Which one do you like better? And then once you find the one that you like best, feel the stretch at the left hip. Maybe you draw circles with the right big toe at the same time. And then circle it around opposite direction. Just let that right foot come to stillness. Decide if you need to pull the right knee closer to the body. And with the next exhale, we're gonna let the grip of the hands go. Let the right foot float down. Lift the left foot. And bring bring the left foot down. So both knees are bent. Heels are in line with the glutes. Now bring the arms down by your sides, palms facing down. Arms are grounded. We'll come into bridge. Pressing feet to the mat. Lift your hips, press them up so you're at a diagonal from your shoulders to your knees. Now if you want to take it further, you can roll the shoulders underneath the upper back. Let the fingers interlace. And press the hands into the mat. Keep lifting, opening the front of the body. You can always take this supported with a block under your sacrum. And on your next exhale, slowly start to come out. Lower from the top of the spine, bone by bone, all the way down to the mat. And now extend your legs. So the legs are straight. Feel into your body. Know that we've got a spinal twist coming up next. So we'll lift that right foot, bend the right knee, open the right arm out to the right, left hand finds the outside of the right thigh, gently guide the right knee over to the left, gaze to the right, spinal twist. See if you can keep that right shoulder down. On your next inhale, lift the right knee up. Release the left hand, roll onto your back. Right foot meets the mat, slide it forward, extend it. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh of relief. Inhale, lift the left leg, bend the left knee. Left arm is open out to the left side. Right palm finds the outside of the left thigh. Gently guide the left knee over to the right, gazing to the left. And see about keeping that left shoulder down. From here, we'll release that right hand. On your next inhale breath, lift the left knee up, roll onto the back. Extend the left leg. Full round of breath, inhaling through the nostrils. Exhale, slowly let it go. And finishing off with a happy baby, we'll bend the knees. Lift the feet, open the knees as wide as you can, and then rotate the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. Hands can find the back of the knees, or maybe you reach onto the ankles, or peace fingers can hook to the big toes. In our happy baby, we can stay still or gently rock from side to side. You can straighten one leg as the opposite knee stays bent. And then try that on the other side. If it's available, maybe you straighten both legs. Without force, just exploring the options and the movement in your body. And then we release the feet. Soles of the feet can be open the width of the mat with the knees coming in towards each other. That might be more comfortable for your low back if you have issues there. For hip opening, soles of the feet can come together with the knees splayed out. And if you feel tension at the hips, you can position blocks underneath the thighs. Or you can extend the legs. So this is our time of Shavasana. And this can be a challenging time for people to just be still. So just let yourself find the most comfortable position. Know that we're going to be here for a little bit in stillness so we can give our body an opportunity to integrate the work that we've done. And at the same time, we can practice presence with ourselves. So we let the eyes close, bring the gaze inward. And come back to our breath. Knowing that this time is so important. If you're an athlete, you might be used to really dynamic movement, quick movements. You might be a type A personality, and this is difficult to be in this posture of stillness if that's our personality type, if that's our energy. Just know that this time is helping you to balance. So you're offering yourself softening, therapeutics, time to just relax. Simply notice the breath. And practice sending the thoughts away just as easily as they arrive. With each exhalation, sending away anything you don't need, any fears, anxiety, stress. Inhale, taking in strength, courage, energy, and peace. Exhale, let everything else go. Deep, deep breaths, calming your own nervous system. When you start to recognize your own breath and practice lengthening the breath, you'll be quite pleased at how much you can shift your energy just by breathing, just by being present. Now you are welcome to stay here as long as you would like. We'll close our practice here. If you'd like to join me as we close our practice, you're welcome to stay in this reclined position. Or you can bend your knees, lift your feet, roll to one side, and take your time to find your way to a comfortable seat. Just like we started our practice, there's no rush. Take your time to get there, or stay reclined if that's really working for you. As you find this comfortable seat, don't rush. We're almost done. But bring your palms together. Bring your thumbs to your heart center. Feel the torso move with each round of breath. Inhale, feeling expansion. Exhale, feeling softening. On your next inhale, separate the hands, sweep them out to the sides, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, bring the palms together, thumbs down the midline. Check in with yourself. Notice how your body feels now at the end of our practice. Take a moment of gratitude for serving yourself and nurturing your own body. Thank you so much for tuning in to practice with me today. I appreciate your presence, and it's really a deep honor for me to make these classes for you. Namaste. So as you start to think about your own body and your own needs, please feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know if there's something that you would like to work towards, something you would like to see, something you want me to create. I'm so happy to do that for you. And if you aren't already, please click subscribe so you don't miss any classes. And if you don't want email notifications of the classes, just don't click the bell, which is a separate button. But please click subscribe, and thank you so much for your presence. I will see you next time.